Aaron and I are headed to town today. I am meeting one of my coworkers for coffee, and then while we're there, we're going to pick up something really exciting. I've been wanting it for months, and I've been telling Aaron every single day how excited I am for it, and today's the day we finally get it.
Into the place, a spot you from a race. My heart, it started racing.
New lamp for above my candle.
Was on your face, and then I'm from the 80s. Someone keeps blocking my way. I can't feel farther away. Wait on a moment to say that I want you. You know that I want you. Sudden gaze and time it started racing, but moments tend to fade and you're too far away from me to get my name in. Someone keeps blocking my way. I can't feel further away. Wait on a moment to say that I want you. You know that I want you.
Are you enjoying your cat grass?
And if you could read my mind, will you make your way towards mine?
So we are back home now, and we got a new grill. And I also got a few sheets of plywood for me to skate on our patio.
I'm using your plywood.
You're using my plywood?
Yeah.
That's for my skating.
Oh, it's in styrofoam, it's okay.
So Aaron's got some building to do. While he does that, let me show you a little bit of the seedlings I have out here to give you a little update on how things are doing. I've been hardening off a lot of our seedlings on the patio on nice days. So this is our tray of celery, cauliflower, and broccoli. And then all of our bok choys are coming up really nicely. Here are all of our onions. And it is almost time to transplant these. It's gonna be maybe 1 or 2 more weeks and then these can go out. So really excited about that. This is a tray of lettuce and kale, and this has actually been in our greenhouse since the fall. And my plan was to start these in the fall, and I was going to transplant them out in the garden, but they took too long to get started. And they kind of just sat in the greenhouse, but they've been doing just fine even in this plug tray. We've actually harvested a lot of this lettuce to eat. And maybe I'll go transplant some of this right now because our weather is really nice today, and these should do fine in the cold since they've been out all winter and we've gotten down into the teens, and it gets that cold in our greenhouse too because it's not heated. Here's a tray of gomphrena and penstemon, and I showed this in a video, and the gomphrena is basically all germinated now, and the penstemon is starting to come up as well, looking really good. This is a tray of snapdragons. I had to resow the snapdragons that I started in soil blocks because none of them germinated. So I don't know, I might be giving up on soil blocks. They just don't seem to work out very well for me. But I resowed these a few days ago after my soil blocks didn't come up, and they are starting to germinate now. I see lots of tiny little snapdragon seedlings. So that's great. So the grill that I picked out is actually a pretty cheap grill. It was only $200. And even though that seems like so little, I had looked at a lot of like mid-range grills that were $400 to $500 from Weber, and they just didn't have very good reviews, and this one had pretty good reviews. So hopefully this one lasts us a good few years at least, and we'll see how it does. If it has the same performance as a $400 grill, then I'll be plenty happy with that. What I like about this one is it has 4 burners, which is more than enough for us, but it also has a side burner. Yeah, I guess I'll have to show it when it's built. But I think it's really cool because not only can we have something grilling, but we can have something going on the side, like a sauce or something cool, so that we can have whole meals out here, not just like one component of the meal. I guess I can't skate while you do this because you're using my plywood.
Well, I'm gonna move it if you give me a second.
You can't say that.
You're recording. I didn't know.
So while Aaron is building that grill, I figured I'd just pop some of these seedlings into this bed that I have here. I have some leeks that I planted in the fall, and they've survived throughout the winter. They're not very big now, but I'm hoping that as the weather warms up, they'll get a little bit bigger. This bed is eventually going to be my eggplant and peanut bed. I'm gonna have 6 eggplants here, and then I'm gonna try an experiment where I interplant peanuts around the eggplant, because peanuts grow throughout a very long season, and I kind of want to double up the space. And the way they grow is they kind of like sprawl along the surface, and then they have these flowers that dig into the soil, and that's where the peanuts form. So I have a feeling that they're going to use the part of the bed and soil that the eggplants don't use. So I'm going to be trying that out this year. But eggplants and peanuts will not be going in for a long time. So I figured I might as well just pop in some of these lettuce plants, because it'll be a good month and a half or 2 months before we're ready to put the eggplants and peanuts in. And that way, I think these lettuce seedlings will get a lot bigger in the actual soil. They've obviously been surviving just fine in this seed tray, but if they had more space, it would definitely be good for them. If I pull these out, you can see that the roots are really growing down, and I've harvested from these a few times already as well. So they definitely are running out of nutrients in this small reservoir of potting soil that's been in each of these. So putting them up in the bed will just give them more nutrients to keep growing. So this is going to be like a spring crop of lettuce, which will be really nice to have. And it's really nice that I didn't have to start these in the spring, since they just survived all fall. It's been pretty warm around here lately. It has definitely hit freezing during the night, but a lot of our days now are very sunny and warm, so the soil's really nice and workable. Definitely not frozen, which is good. I should probably get something to dig with though. I'm gonna ruin my nails. I haven't amended this soil. I'm planting in here just as it is. So before I go in with my eggplant and peanuts, I will amend the soil with compost. But I think for this lettuce, it'll be okay. Oh, this one has 1 lettuce plant and 2 kale plants. We'll just plant them together. Wow, look how nice that looks. Only took like 2 seconds for me to pop these all in, and they're gonna be so much happier being in the ground than they were in that seedling tray. So I'm really excited for these to grow up a little bit bigger. I think they'll make a really nice early spring crop for us. I still have lots of kale plants, and these might be collards. So I'll see how many of these I can fit in the bed as well. This can just be like a salad bowl bed. We'll have baby kale and lettuce. So here's the finished bed with all of the greens planted in there. It took up pretty much the whole 3x6 bed, and I used up all the seedlings that were in this tray. So these are not going to be here for too long because, like I said, I do have this bed planned for something else this summer. But in the next month or two, I think we'll get good use out of these as these grow up, and I'm happy to get those seedlings out of the tray. Over in this raised bed, on the left side, this is where I planted a bunch of tulip bulbs in the fall. Planted them really closely together for cut flowers, and they're starting to pop out of the ground now. So it's going to look really beautiful here very soon. See them coming out here.
I got my head out the sunroof, I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes. You got those pretty eyes in your head, you know it. You got me dancing in my bed, so let me show it. You are exactly what I want, kinda cool and kinda not. Wanna give myself to you. Yeah, we're driving down the freeway at night. I only got one thing in the back of my mind. I'm feeling like this might be my time to shine with you, with you, with you. I got my head out the sunroof, I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes. I got my head out the sunroof. You got me stuck on the thought of you. Yeah, we're driving down the freeway at night. I only got one thing in the back of my mind. I'm feeling like this might be my time to shine with you, with you, with you. I got my head out the sunroof,